Hey everyone, let's talk about the Gibson USA Les Paul Standard 60s in that classic amberburst finish. If you've been on the fence about whether this guitar is actually worth the investment, stick around because I'm going to walk you through exactly who this axe is for and why it might be the right one for you. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. First off, this isn't some beginner model, it's a professional-grade instrument straight from Gibson's USA factory. The weight sits right around 10.9 pounds, which feels solid in your hands without being too heavy for long gigs. I remember the first time I picked it up, it had this reassuring heft that just made me want to start playing. The 60s spec means you're getting a rounded neck profile, a slightly thinner finish, and those vintage-style fret markers that just scream classic Les Paul. The amberburst top is one of Gibson's most popular finishes for a reason. It catches the light beautifully and looks stunning both on stage and in photos. I've had it on stage a few times now, and the way it seems to glow under the lights is just amazing. Now, let's talk tone. This guitar is equipped with a pair of Burstbucker 61R and 61T pickups, which are voiced to give you that warm, singing mid-range you'd expect from a vintage-inspired Les Paul. I've played through a few different amps with this one, and it just nails that creamy, slightly overdriven tone that works for everything from blues to classic rock. If you're into heavier styles, you can push it a little harder and still get that thick, singing sustain without losing clarity. I've used it for everything from bedroom practicing to small club gigs, and it consistently delivers a tone that feels alive and responsive. There's this one particular solo I like to play, and with this guitar, it just seems to come alive in a way that my other guitars don't quite match. It's hard to explain, but it's like the guitar is responding to your touch in a way that just feels right. Playability is another big win here. The neck is fast and comfortable, even for chord-heavy playing. I've got average-sized hands, and I can wrap my fingers around full chords without any strain. The fretwork is smooth, and the setup out of the box was pretty close to perfect, no buzzing or high action to worry about right away. If you're coming from a cheaper guitar, the difference in build quality and attention to detail is immediately noticeable. The hardware is all Gibson branded, including the Grover tuners, which hold tuning really well even after a few days of playing. I've been known to be a bit rough on my guitars, but this one has held up fantastically. I've taken it to a few different studios, and every time, it's been a breeze to get a great sound. One thing I really appreciate about this model is its versatility. Whether you're playing jazz chords, rock leads, or even some country licks, the guitar responds well to different playing styles. I've used it for recording sessions where I needed a clean, articulate tone, and it handled that just as well as it did when I was dialing in a gritty overdrive for a solo. The coil-splitting feature on the Burstbuckers also gives you some extra flexibility if you're looking to dial back the humbucking warmth for cleaner passages. I've found myself using it for all sorts of different projects just because it's so easy to get a great sound out of it. It's not one of those guitars that's only good for one particular style of music, it's a real Swiss Army knife. Now, let's be real, this isn't a guitar for everyone. If you're just starting out or on a tight budget, there are more affordable options that will get you by. This is a premium instrument, and the price reflects that. Also, while the weight is manageable, if you're used to super light guitars, you might notice the difference after a while. And while the amberburst finish is gorgeous, it's also a gloss finish, so if you're someone who prefers a satin or matte look, this might not be your cup of tea. I know a few players who swear by the feel of a satin finish, and if that's you, you might want to look elsewhere. But if you're like me and you love the look and feel of a classic Les Paul, this is definitely worth considering. So, if you've been considering adding a Gibson Les Paul Standard 60s to your collection, I'd say go for it, especially if you're into that vintage-inspired tone and feel. It's not a cheap guitar, but I genuinely believe it's worth every penny. It's an investment in your music, in your playing, and in yourself. And if you're ready to take your playing to the next level, this is definitely a guitar that can help you get there. The link is below if you want to check it out further. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.